One of the best things about Crusader Kings is the amazing modding community, which consistently delivers content that can rival some of Paradox's own DLC. In this video, I want to highlight the best historical total conversion mods out there. You can find the Steam Workshop links in the description. First up, we have Shogunate. This amazing mod transports you to the world of feudal Japan. As you can probably guess, the playable area is restricted to an ultra-detailed version of Japan, containing hundreds of counties, the vast majority of which are grouped under a de jure empire title called Shogunate. Although it has a particular focus on the Sengoku Civil War era of Japan, the mod provides you with an extensive range of over 30 start dates, spanning from 1180 all the way to 1614, which will give you an opportunity to experience the earlier Kamakura and Muromachi periods as well. Aside from map and date changes, Shogunate modifies many other aspects of CK3 as well. There are loads of special events that are specifically designed to simulate historical outcomes without guide railing you too much. For example, as Oda Nobunaga, once you win the campaign on Kyoto against the then shogun, you get an event allowing you to become the new shogun's vassal whilst also maintaining your ambition and getting a claim on the title yourself. This is in fact the historically accurate path, but you also have the choice to completely deviate from this and engage in alternate history, like staying completely independent if that's your preference. Religions have been tweaked to be more relevant to the period and region, including Shintoism, Iko-shu Buddhism, Catholicism, and even the Ainu pagan beliefs. The innovation system has been redone. There are 6 eras, each of them containing innovations specific to the Japanese context, although they are mostly similar to the standard CK3 ones, giving you access to more men-at-arms, new buildings, development growth, and so on. There are, however, 2 special innovations linked to the introduction of arquebuses and cannons into Japan, which are unlocked via special events as opposed to the normal research system. As you can imagine, these special events are time-gated to preserve the historical accuracy of the setting. Talking about arquebuses and cannons, there are of course men-at-arms specific to these weapons. The elite Teppo Ashigaru essentially replaced the vanilla CK3 crossbowmen, and the Ozutsu are a stand-in for cannons. Another cool addition is clan lineage. Most noble characters can trace their lineage back to the ancient clans of Japan. This is similar to the Said tray for Muslim characters in vanilla CK3. Shogunate also makes good use of the struggle mechanic, which has been tailored to simulate the chaos of the Sengoku Jidai era. Once you become shogun, you can work towards one of 3 ending decisions, which will also end the game. Finally, I just have to mention the amazing aesthetics of this mod. The art style, the music, and even the army unit models add much flavor and immersion to your game. All in all, this is a very detailed and focused mod with a lot of interesting features being considered for the future, including Christian missionaries and traders, allowing a more fleshed out interaction with the European powers. Up next is Fallen Eagle. This mod rewinds CK3's clock back to the early medieval era, allowing you to relive the Roman Empire's latter days with 4 starting bookmarks ranging from 361 to 532. It goes without saying that there are new religions and cultures, of course, but there is so much more. Honestly, the amount of content that this mod adds is absolutely crazy, and it doesn't even reduce the default CK3 map scope either, with certain areas being even more detailed compared to their vanilla counterparts. One of the mod's most impressive features in my opinion is the government system. This is significantly more fleshed out than in vanilla, where we can only play as feudal, clan, or tribal. In Fallen Eagle, however, we have over 10 brand new types, with several ones specific to the Roman Empire factions like bureaucratic, autocratic, and legionary, but also nomadic, city-states, and much more. As you would expect, each government has its own distinctive features. Nomads, for example, have a powerful migration casus belli, allowing them to relocate their realm pretty much anywhere, whereas city-states need to manage an economic stability mechanic, all while being restricted to just one county. Even though I think you can have a fun playthrough with most characters, I feel that the really meaty features come with playing as the Roman Empire, be that unified, Western, or Eastern. You get access to imperial laws, which is in itself a very fleshed out system. It allows you to enact edicts that provide you with powerful modifiers, but to unlock them, you firstly need to pass the right laws, which requires you to have attained a certain level of competence in military, stewardship, or diplomatic matters. These 3 competencies are in turn influenced by various factors that you need to continuously be mindful of. There is also a senate that you need to keep on your side, as disloyal senators can cause you some real headaches. Another really interesting thing you can do as a Roman is form legions. It will cost you financially, with the base price being 2,000 gold, which you also need to grant them a county. They essentially act as a vassal of yours which you can call to war every 5 years. It's a bit like holy orders in vanilla. Fallen Eagle also adapts the struggle mechanic from vanilla CK3 and applies it to a number of scenarios, like the Byzantine Sassanid Wars or the struggle for Britannia. Finally, as you would probably expect for a mod of such scale and quality, the aesthetics are on point. I was specifically impressed with the army unit models and the character clothing. Keep your eye on Fallen Eagle, as the mod creators behind it are not done yet. There are 2 more planned start dates: 632, focusing on the rise of the first Muslim Caliphate, and 768, the year Charlemagne inherits the Frankish throne. More Bookmarks Plus, or MB Plus for short, does exactly what it says on the tin, giving you over 22 new bookmarks to start a new CK3 game in, with 768 being the earliest and 1337 the latest. To make all of these new starts work, there are of course new cultures, religions, and a more detailed map. Talking about the map size, MB Plus is actually the most expansive historical mod that I know of in CK3, with the map stretching out all the way into East Asia. MB Plus achieves this by integrating Rajas of Asia. This is a standalone mod that is basically packaged in with MB Plus by default. This is actually one of this mod's main strengths. It incorporates a whole bunch of smaller, specialized mods to great effect, giving you a richer CK3 experience that doesn't feel too far from vanilla. This makes MB Plus the most easy to pick up mod on our list, especially since this is all technically available as part of a single mod. Another great integration is Silk Road, a mod that on its own just adds the historical Silk Road trade route, which some of you will remember was a feature present in CK2. Integrating this mod into MB Plus essentially gives us a basic trade system. There's too many of these integrated mods to cover off one by one, but another that I quite like is religious and cultural minorities. This gives us a much more realistic and historically accurate view of population movements. The way it works is that each county now may have a number of minority groups of different faiths and cultures. The proselytize and promote culture council tasks still work, but instead of converting everyone in one go, there are now 3 stages. Firstly, a small minority of the desired faith or culture is established. The second stage causes that small minority to grow into a large minority, and the third and final one causes the faith or culture to flip to what is desired. However, the old faith or culture remains as a large minority. From time to time, you will also see groups move from one county to another, potentially changing the dynamics and flipping the county. One of my favorite playthroughs on this mod is starting off as the small Anatolian Beylik, ruled by the Osman dynasty in 1337, and recreating his dramatic rise to becoming the mighty Ottoman Empire. If you're like me and you enjoy reliving history through the amazing games and mods that the community creates for them, please like and subscribe to the channel to avoid missing any of my future videos.